Greetings there, my fellow expendable soldiers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead. Episode 63, Purging the Landing Zone. Any expendables want to donate armor? I mean, they all have like flak armor. I don't need that. I could melt it down for like a penance of steel. But as soon as the south gets actually, so there's a bunch of steel here that'd be great to mine. So maybe I should focus on clearing out the guys there. But there is steel up here that I can mine. Because now that I think about it, the deep drill mining is super slow in comparison to overland mining. So I'm going to try to overland mine this nugget of steel up there. Because we're regularly sitting on 0 steel. I mean, I essentially have 0 steel right now. So trying to fight for the resources would be great for this squad. This C squad. Alright, and there's a giant pile of flake that I might have these guys do. God, am I the baddie? Maybe. I didn't see that any of them were teetotalers, so, yep. Why not just flake them? Keep them happy. High and happy. Smoke some flake. I do have to be worried about the frag grenades there, because I don't want them blown up on me. I like how the guy smoking flake is named Bruh. Just, bruh. It's good stuff, bruh. You're addicted. Yeah, that's fine. Look at all these expendables. This dude straight up looks like a clown. Like a sad clown. Or a killer clown? Maybe both. How to keep stupid soldiers happy 101. Find a shambler's... Well, I guess it's not a shambler's. Find raiders' drugs. Smoke them. There is no step 2. Oh, someone's reviving? Well, there's a whole... hopped up on drugs firing team ready to kill you. Stay down. Alright, I think most of these dudes are high enough. Let's move on and have them work on whittling this group down. The last group of shamblers on the map. I'm also going to cancel haul orders and then prioritize granite. Because we have a lot of wall projects, and I know we're going to have to go farther and farther and farther out for granite. But I'll prioritize the granite. At some point, we'll have to deep drill for it, or like shuttle it, or switch to a lesser stone. But for now, there's enough granite around that like I'll scoop what there is. Make do. Oh, hello. I don't know where they came from. This one's gonna be hard to kill. None of these guys can do medicine, right? Because they're all, yeah, temporary faction members that, like, refuse to do doctoring. So, well, you have a finite amount of blood. Blood is a resource, not just to single-phages. And someone like Bruh here is not gonna live very long. We don't bury our dead here, we, burn them. Good God, you guys. Just frickin' hit the thing. So I think the one that went on a psychotic break had the right idea that they'll be alive longest as a consequence of going crazy. But they're kind of making progress over here a little bit with the corpses. I'm not going to say it's been amazing, because they're all pretty worthless in combat, comparatively, but it's not nothing. Definitely some clearing is happening. What's happening over there? Oh, just shooting at something new. Alright, Sunsu, you know we have, like, finite resources, right? You've eaten, like, 16 meals in one sitting. There really needs to be, like, a limit, like a physical limit of, like, how much food a single person can eat on a binge. Any sort of binge of, like, drugs. Because, you know, there's a physical limit to how much you can stuff into your face. And, like, RimWorld... Oh, that's annoying. RimWorld needs to respect that. I think. Well, that's not cool. I failed to notice in time. Fixing it now. Well, down goes bruh. Wallace. Oh, dang it. Daishi is the only other one with the fire, so here we go, Daishi. Last stand. I wanted the ones with bioferrite rifles to try to burn down some of these corpses before they are unable to stand. Just keep shooting, just keep shooting. Well, their kill count is nowhere near goods, but you know, it's the effort that counts, maybe? I don't know, not really. Good's in a pretty bad mood too, because I had her drafted for way too long. Alright, well there goes that crew. They're basically all dead at this point. I can't imagine that other than Nona. Nona was like, I'm gonna sad wander. Screw that. And with any luck, the fire will spread and like clear out some of those corpses so they don't come back. But yeah, there's not a lot of shamblers on the map tile, so if I search shamble, there's 62. It's usually somewhere in the 200s or so. So I'm pretty pleased. And their blood rot is not climbing. So, a reminder. We accepted 16 hours ago. In 5 days, it will depart, and there will be a mega raid. So we have to prepare for the fact that a mega raid is going to be coming our way. That warning's gonna get old fast. Shoot, I forgot. I have to build these tiles from behind. Alright, they're all downed. They did a good job. They're in their eternal rest. Looking good up here. Getting all that beautiful steel. It's gonna be like the first time I'm... Oh, don't just grab 2 steel. It's gonna be one of the first times I'll have like a bit of steel in the stockpile. Alright, starving is the ones on the ground. Not really my problem. And then Nona is... How the hell? You fell asleep somewhere you're not allowed to be. Well, that's interesting. Did the drugs? Oh, the drugs still exist. Alright, Nona, go smoke drugs and then get busy. Sloan. You are now given Control Frenzy. Alright, taking a look. We have 900 rice. That's not bad. And then the corn hasn't even been harvested yet, so there's a real possibility of there being kind of a bumper soon. A bumper crop of food. Alright, what I'm trying to have Nona do is, like, burn some of her friends' corpses up before she herself goes down. Like, set a fire here and burn them. I don't really need to worry too much about that because they were all death acidified, which means the Shamblers won't come back with armor, so that they're just easier to kill, but still. Alright, that was incredibly good Locust armor. So, yes. Good. Actually, good doesn't really need it. But I'm gonna have good wear it anyway. You know, I'm gonna have Wizard wear it. Good doesn't really need it, and my argument for that is she can jump with Psyfocus. So Wizard really needs to stay alive, being he is our Master Crafter. So having him have the armor keeps the armor rolling off the production line. Alright. The temp soldiers are dead. Good is now swapping armor, so I won't have tattered apparel issues. Good, good, good. Did we already smelt the old stuff? Maybe. Alright, let's clear forced. And then perishable meals for all. I'm gonna allow Chimmick to have tea and beer, even though they're minor. 15 has like enough body size, I think. You're what, a 0.9, 0.8? Yeah, you'll probably be fine. And if you get addicted, oh well. You are on the rim. Probably for the best. Oh, that's what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Wanted the fire to clear it out more. I like it. It's great. Oh, and that steel sight's... I mean, it's gonna block a kill box, but it's close. It's usable if we need. There she goes. Sweet. Well, that steel got mined all the way out. There is this steel down here that is mineable. There isn't really any shamblers blocking that yet. So I'll add that to the zone as well. But our steel went from essentially 0 to like 600 in a blink. Alright, another thing I'd like to do, opening up the pollution overlay map, is first I'm going to remove all of the pollution removal, and then I'm going to pick and choose like the most sensitive spots. So I'm going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. Where else? We swim here a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I constantly see people swimming there. And we'll start with that. And as the Pollux trees remove the pollution, I'll like slowly grow the zone to cleanse this area. So we've got 4.5 days for sunrise. It's also possible to send our miners out to go on a mining run. I know I'm down to a very low plat seal, and then for them to just emergency come back at any time. So once Good is fully rested, maybe Good and Knave fully rested, I'll send the both of them out on their mining run. Because we are getting a little bit of wood stockpiled for chem fuel from all the tree cutting zones. And that will allow us to okay, there's a few groups of zombies that need clearing. That will allow us to make chem fuel affordably, because you know that's a kind of a big deal. Oh, that's a grow zone or tox dump. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Maybe RCV. I'm gonna have all of the brawlers like psi focus to max now, and I'm gonna send one of them, maybe RCV, out to clear these stragglers so we don't run into them. Get wood from the run as well. I probably don't want to manage. Like, I'm trying to limit the amount of micromanagement I have to do, because if I keep adding more and more and more and more, something will fail, and I'll overlook something, and it could be a critical fail. It could be deadly, and I don't want a deadly fail. We also only have 22 hours left on the drifters. Got it. So it's why, like, I regularly refuse to just do, like, extra stuff, because queuing up too much extra is a really good way for something to go stupid levels of wrong. That is my my essential obstinance to that. Doesn't sound right. Okay, so you are fully rested. The only issue I foresee is we don't have a way to bring meals easily. So the next person that gets, yeah, there we go. Nutrient paste meal. Oh, we actually have... Never mind. I already have it in the shuttle. Alright, Nabe, you ready? Eat first. Oh, and a work frenzy for Nabe? Oh god, that's amazing. Okay. And Good, are you're not eating, but haul that back. I want to figure out which of the two lumps are disappearing sooner. So we have a 20-day And a 19 day? So I guess I'll go to the 19. It's closer, less fuel, and going away sooner. So I'm going to allow the other shuttle to get refueled. Well, no, I'm going to hold off into that until we got more Locust Armor made. Unfortunately, this plasteel seam is... so I wouldn't have been able to get wood here anyway. Actually, both of the seams are in a desert, so it's moot. There's not going to be wood in extreme deserts. But both of these seams are... or this seam, at least, is in a pretty polluted zone. The other thing I have to remember is good. You should not be meditating on deployment. So let's... Nope. Let's turn that off. And light cast. All right, cool. So we'll try to get some plasteel. It seems to me that we have a pretty decent amount of granite here, so I'm assuming walls are getting built somewhere. I haven't actually really noticed where they're going up for our double walling project, but they're probably somewhere. Another thing I wanted to do is, and Bryce, I'll have you do it, is to clear this ancient band node, and maybe clear all of them so that we can build here. That's a cool colony. Well, thanks. Trying to keep everyone alive. It's a challenge, a pretty brutal challenge, but I'm doing my best. Just like taking tox packs and mining rounds. Well, one of the issues with tox packs and mining rounds, and I feel like I answer this question a lot, but you never ever, well, I don't ever want to move tox packs via shuttle. Shuttles, tox packs weigh a crap ton. Like, I'm talking a lot, right? A full stack of tox packs, right, is just a lot of carry weight for a shuttle. And then on top of that, it's just going to piss off the nearest faction. In this case, it would probably be Cannibal Mire. And because they're spacers, there's a high likelihood that they just dump more tox waste back onto me. So not only is it a labor-intensive, time-intensive, it's also just simply stupid. Because they're just going to dump more tox waste on you on average. The only time you'd ever really want to do that, to bring tox waste, is if you're going to a point of interest that has an underground facility. If the facility is underground, there won't be retribution for dumping if you put it underground. So component stockpile is underground, so we could dump tox waste here, but basically nowhere else safely. You can't even do it in space. It's going to piss off the merchant faction. So yeah, moving tox waste to dump is like just a fundamentally bad idea. And it's why you'll almost never see me do it. The only time it's worth it, in my opinion, is if you have like a grav ship which can hold a lot of toxic waste, because it's not a weight issue, it's a zoning issue. A grav ship, and you can either dump it underground or dump it on tribals, because tribals can't send tox waste back at you. They don't have transport pods, so they have to raid you. So that's the only two conditions. It either goes underground or you're pissing off tribals. And if those two conditions are met, it's not worth doing. One of those two conditions, I should say, are not met. Does it make sense? Because otherwise, you're likely to get more waste back or like some sort of hellish raid. And in either of those two cases, it kind of sucks. But yeah, I see that comment a lot, and I'm sure I'm going to have to answer why I don't do it a lot. But yeah, that would be why. So if for instance, I loaded up my toxic waste in this transport pod and just like sent it somewhere, the closest settlement to me is Cannibal's Mire, and like I was saying, they are a spacer. They're a pirate gang who are space-worthy, meaning that there's two consequences that can happen dumping waste when you're pissing off spacers. They can either raid you, or they could just send even more waste back at you. And Yeah, the whole sending more waste back at me is super sucks. You send 10, they dump 20. Great, you're in the hole even deeper. It really doesn't make sense. Alright, RCV, I had wanted to send you out here on your own little murder spree. Good kills. If you're wondering, as long as he has full psi focus at the start of all the casting, RCV is really not any worse than good in melee combat. Good doesn't have like an edge up. Good's real advantage is that sword she has, the blessed Soul's Scythe. So if RCV is fully psi focused, and this goes for any of the brawlers, if they're fully psi focused, they don't really have any more damage than Good. It's just that Good has no downtime. 0 recovery time due to that scythe. That Persona Blade. Alright, so those ones are done. While we're at it, let's go over here too. You guys are hungry now? Alright, here we go. So I picked RCV because RCV has a like a god level bioferrite longsword. Like it's basically the strongest possible weapon you can smith yourself for a Psycaster. Because it's bioferrite, which increases the psi focus, and then it has just an incredible amount of melee damage per second. So when Good's not around, RCV is where it's at. Plus, RCV is sporting a cataphract helmet, which is pretty awesome. All right. So, everywhere but the south section has been cleared. And 37 is almost a torso's worth of hit points. Yes, torso's 40. Exactly. The damage that you saw in RCV, the modifiers, is just the numbers was as a result of all of those ability buffs. So that wasn't the base damage of the weapon. It's being applied. So it's not that her weapon is like twice the DPS of Good's. It's if Good had the same active stat, it'd be different. So we have 5 hours for the drifters. I'm really hoping the drifters don't choose to come in from the south, but I do intend to offer. I mean, it's a charity quest, so I intended to bring them in. I was just waiting as long as possible. Kadath, I need to make a new policy. Lunged shooters. So lunged shooters is going to be 51 plus. They don't need well, actually the regular shooters don't need the shield belts either. The lunged shooters don't need shield belts. And then regular shooters have limited headgear that they're allowed, but the lung shooters aren't going to allow masks, no gas masks, because we don't really need them. So Kadath, you're a lung shooter. I know you only have one lung, but like you're very toxic resistant as a result, so it should be fine. And then you are putting on that helmet? Alright, that's cool. I think there's a real chance to get home before we have to sleep here, so pack it up, dude. He's just like, but I want to sleep on the ground. I mean, okay, but like, don't. There are granite chunks here. I guess I'll bring 9 back. Might as well. Helps out. So they're done. Put in Kadath's new lung? I will. I was waiting for a vitals monitor. The only real advantage that the hospital bed and the vitals monitor offers me over a regular bed is the surgery success chance. Because infections don't really matter in this colony. We have like special magical abilities to deal with that. So the hospital beds are really just about surgery success chance as far as I'm concerned. And increasing our chance for a good surgery is worth it, so that we don't have to spend resources doing it again. So, you, unsuspended, and Sakura, get snipping. Done. So, he's immune. Sweet. And then we'll make another lung at some point, and then do probably Sloan next. I think that's pretty reasonable. And then eventually Sakura, and then, you know, go through all of the sidecasters. And then out to the regular roster. Alright, hungry pen animals. Animal starvation. You are going to need... Oh, you know what? I'm a moron. Let's do this. Furniture. Mini shelf, marble shelf, right there of hay grass. Quest expired? Ah, crap. Oh, well. Sorry. RIP refugees. Everyone's a little sad. Alright, Kadath is up. Was this? Okay, critical and important. There we go. Healing factors is done. It was a refugee, so there was no reward, known reward for it. So I can't answer that. I have no idea what I would have gotten. Or if anything. Let's see. I guess I'll do Gunlink next. I know I'm going to have the ability to do Cataphract Armor if we keep tending to the Toxalope. And then the other thing, I would like to cremate fresh human likes that are not colonists. Cremate Raider Corpse. And that will clear out the freezer, because right now the freezer, we have tox potatoes aren't really getting hauled where they need to be. So we'll clear out those corpses. A bigger kitchen's been on the docket a while? Yeah, I got other things to work on at the moment, though. Busy. To be honest, we go through like potatoes and rice fast enough that I'm really actually fundamentally not that worried about it. I think the likelihood of us letting it rot is pretty low, especially given my like chem fuel needs too, because there's only so much witchwood out here, you know. So the extra toxic potatoes are most likely just to become chem fuel here from that boon. In fact, I can guarantee it because that's what I'm doing with it right now. That way we get locust armor off the line and can send shuttles out for plasteel. So we've got 5 waste packs, so that's 30 tiles. There's definitely more than 30 tiles worth of pollution clearing. So that indicates to me we can clear more pollution. So let's go ahead and clear this area of pollution and then transplant it up, or down rather, to the tox tree area. Oh, yep, that's no longer close. I still need to remove the back walls to be able to floor it up. But yes, noted. Thanks. So we are how far into this? Halfway, about. And I'm... Ooh. Yeah. Let's fix this. This should really never have been roofed up. These little pocket zones can be roofed up, but that really doesn't need to be. It's super hot. Still really need that granite. All of this is slate. Okay. Well, Sunrise is at least eating. It's not that hard to feed a toxalope due to their haygrass diet. The vultures, however, that was obnoxious. Deep drill for granite? We could. It's just so inefficiently slow. I'm just gonna haul for now. I'd rather just haul. It's easier. And then if we take a look at the pollution removal zone, have we done anything new? Not really. Work in progress. Is there any left to haul? Probably. I can add more too. It's safe over this way. Yeah, there was all of this left to haul. So there was plenty left to haul. And unless we run out of plasteel, I'll probably keep the mining team here, knowing that there's a huge raiding coming. I don't really want good absent for it. Nabla. Let's send it there. So this was just like a tiny group of wandering shamblers, and might as well burn them while they're down. Why haven't they hauled the steel, though? Probably zoning. Yeah, there's a little bit of space, but yeah, it's filling up quick. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Inquisitors.